Hello, everyone. It is Sandra Alexei, and I'm from my personal muse. That's my website, and it's underneath in the Show Me section. And I'm coming to you from Game Changer, the YouTube channel, and it's based on the book Game Changer, which is a self-discovery tool, okay? And it's all about the new model of relationships. More in the Aquarian age, and we know the first relationship is with self. So the YouTube channel is all about self-discovery. So I do all the planetary movements because, again, they do affect us. I'm an astrologer, numerologist. I'm also a business and spiritual coach, and I like to interview people because there's many modalities for physical and spiritual self-discovery at this particular time. I would really appreciate it if you would comment, and if you would like, and if you would subscribe, and if you would share. Now, if you put a comment once a month, I do a draw for a mini reading, a free mini reading. So we're starting it for November. Well, it's really hard to put into words what the energy has been like, okay? Thank goodness Mercury has gone direct, and now today I'm going to be talking about Mars, and we have a very, very active November, to put it the least, okay? So everybody is quite intense. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of anxiety, especially with the election. And so the collective is there. So it's usually what's happening with individual people. A lot of issues within relationships, okay? So I want to clarify some things for you today. Also know that I do, in fact, on my Facebook page, do a written post because a lot of people like to print it off, and the dates are there because I give you certain dates to check on. Okay. So it's really quite exciting. That's the whole thing. It's a lot of people have a lot of terror, uncertainty, the masks, the quarantine, the lockdown, whatever. But if we can take a deep breath and see it as exciting. And it is part of the ascension process. And yes, we are tired, and a lot of people have ascension symptoms, which I have information about on my Facebook page. Okay, so there's lots of planetary energy in November for you to understand on how you can consciously handle and focus that energy for forward momentum. So this is a direct message for you. So finally, Mars retrograde since September the 9th, 2010, turns direct on November the 14th of 2020. And I wanted to put this out so you could kind of get yourself kind of set up and focused for it. And it turns direct on November the 14th at 15 degrees of Aries. So we can breathe easier. It feels like a door or window has opened, and a powerful planetary force is freeing us now to move. This can be a significant turning point for Aries and Scorpio. So check where these houses are in your natal chart. And obviously, some are sun signs, some have rising, Aries, Scorpio, Sun have Moon, but we all have it somewhere within our natal chart. Finally, gaining some momentum. Mars is at home in that fiery sign of Aries, and yet it's difficult when the energies are retrograde, as Mars represents action, passion, courage, anger, and force. Mars stays extra long in Aries. It's actually there until January 7th of 2021, when it moves into Taurus at 0 degrees. So now when Mars is retrograde, the energies slow down. So it's a time that we're asked to reassess, re-examine, rethink. However, there's a lot of uncertainty. Everything seems to take time. Energy can be, and your own energy can be low. You can lack some ambition, low libido, not a lot of motivation, high anxiety, and behavior can be weird as it rules action. So weird in whatever context you figure weird is. Things are kind of at a standstill. So with COVID, there may be many different scenarios and perceptions of what is really going on. During this time, we were asked to go within and to be more introspective rather than creating conflict, as everyone is frustrated. They're frustrated, they're afraid, there's high anxieties. Things seem stagnant, okay? You feel stuck. There can be stress, there can be temper tantrums, and major meltdowns, lots of them. So amidst all of that, hopefully you found some energy to organize behind the scenes, to plan, and to assess and examine the areas of your life ruled by Mars, so that now the retrograde is over, you can work on implementing change. And if you don't know the particular house it was in, if you don't have that understanding, you would have listened to your intuition. It's been pushing you to say, I need you to look at this. What are we going to do here? Okay. With the uncertainty, you may have questioned yourself, and through the introspection, reflection, and contemplation, now that Mars is direct, you can make some major decisions and feel secure in them. Always a big challenge in relationships because of the extreme frustration and uncertainty. You would have wanted some time for yourself to breathe, and space for many situations may have been irritating for you. If a relationship should end, it was not going to last anyway. And the universe or divine just took care of it for you now. That's what you need to understand. Both Mercury going direct on November 4th and Mars turning direct on November 14th are key dates when you can embrace your authenticity and speak your mind, get focused, and set some plans into motion. Then truth, which sets us free. Interesting, we all want to see the best. So you want to focus on the positive, pretending life is good, and brush everything we don't like under the carpet. Well, not anymore. Wow, we get to experience something called the Millionaire Conjunction that can help many of us out by giving us an opportunity to find deeper meaning, resources within and without, truth. Okay, so again, watch your rising and moon sign here. This is actually the third conjunction of 2020's years of Jupiter. So Jupiter expands, and Pluto is the planet of power and transformation in Capricorn. So Pluto rules the inescapable cycles of life and death, with all the fear, the trauma, ecstasy, and bliss they bring. Pluto is actually fate itself. This conjunction falls on November the 12th and is exceedingly rare, and we will not experience another until February the 4th, 2033. Now, because I put it was the Millionaire's Conjunction, some people automatically thought they were going to win the lotto, but it says about resources, okay? It's interesting where the mind goes when we talk about millionaire. Okay, the fruits of spirit are the gifts, and you can be a millionaire without having a lot of money in the bank. Okay, so it's your perception. This Jupiter conjunct Pluto in Capricorn also exposes, okay, because it's Pluto and it's Jupiter. So it's going to expose corruption, darkness, dirty secrets, and incredible deceit. The other conjunctions were April 4th and 5th and June 30th, wherein Jupiter intensified and expanded the already powerful Pluto. These planets are linked to the virus and pandemic, as Pluto is god of the underworld and death. So it's about transformation, the social and political unrest, and the thirst for political power. The government bailouts as Jupiter expands what it touches. However, there is always something positive behind all the initial darkness. Truth is being revealed. Okay, so travel, Jupiter has been virtually halted by Pluto's ability to destroy, deconstruct, transform what it touches. However, there are rewards for those who have personally done the hard work. You just needed to be aware. You needed to be accountable, okay, and responsible for yourself during these disruptive, transformative times. A decisive turning point as we have gone within. And so the question is, what is your truth? Ultimately, Jupiter conjunct Pluto wants to help you find your personal power, your self-mastery, and sovereignty. After all this intensity, the energies will plateau middle of November, and the tension will slowly subside. Okay? Lots of shifts as we can now start to move forward, hopefully with wisdom. The wisdom we have gained from our inner journey over the last few weeks and months. Wowzer. Then we have a powerful new moon at 23 degrees in Scorpio on November 15th, which is a symbol of new beginnings. Then we experience a pre-numbral full moon lunar eclipse at 8 degrees of Gemini on November 30th. So there's lots of shifts as we can now start to move forward again with the wisdom we've gained from that inner journey. So I just want to say here, people don't like to see messiness. Think of going into a house and it looks beautiful. I open a cupboard door and everything falls out. Okay, people stuff things in the closets, under the beds, whatever. That's what's happened. Everything is opened up. And the things that are going to be revealed over the next few weeks, especially in regards to the politics, are going to be mind-blowing. Okay, so I want to say many blessings and much love. And it's an excellent time to have a private session or reading with me. You can contact me on through my website. Thank you for taking your time. And I would appreciate it again if you would like, comment, share, and possibly subscribe to the YouTube channel, Game Changer on Relationships, because I'm making a new intention on the moon that I want to build up my subscribers. And I think I have a lot of good messages. These are messages. A lot of it is downloaded. It comes to me, and I am to share it to assist you in your transformation and raising your frequency as we're moving from third to fifth dimension. The book Game Changer is an incredible gift for birthdays, for new couples, for showers, for Christmas. And the first chapter is all interactive exercises. There's 8 areas that you have to answer questions about. So anybody that would have got this book before, okay, I did a book tour. And if they were to redo it now, after this whole pandemic, you would find that your answers are probably quite different. Our first relationship in life is with ourselves, to know thyself, and then to thine own self be true. To understand as we evolve and mature, we change and need to take time to reflect on who we are and what our needs are. Now, change is inevitable. And again, once a month, I'm going to draw a name for a mini reading. I do it via Zoom. So every time you make a comment, I put your name into the draw. And the interesting thing is, a lot of times I say more on a video than in my written things. And I just want to close off that the big word is sovereignty. It's kind of like a buzzword, just as paradigm, where there's a shift in the paradigm. And what I find really interesting is a lot of people are afraid to be transparent and authentic because somebody might holler or scream at them. Okay, 2019 was our year. Okay, it was a 3 years, so it was to find our authenticity, to go within and to be able to express ourselves. 2020, okay, the new decade, a master number 22, was so that we would have the strength, and we're discovering self, and to be able to share. Now, just because you're black, you like black, I like white, I mean, and there's a difference. And so we have a lot of people that want to be controllers because they have no control in their life. So sovereignty is basically self-mastery, personal power, all of those kind of things. So when I see somebody, or if somebody sees me and they see that I'm not a vegan, sometimes they throw a little tantrum. Well, you have to understand, I don't care in a detached way. There's two words, discernment and detachment and impermanence. The Buddhist path, see a person for who they really are as opposed to who you want them to be. See a situation for what it really is as opposed to what you want it to be. Let people be free. I can hardly wait to write on the conjunction on the Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius, because this book is very Aquarian for relationships. I had started it about 8 years ago, and I have a lot of Pluto in my first house, but I have nodes in the 11th house, the Aquarian house, a lot of Scorpio, and so there's a lot of Aquarian energy. My Venus is in Aquarius, so I can really relate to that. It's about being free. It's like a butterfly. We come from being a caterpillar to a butterfly, and so it doesn't matter, I mean, who you are or what you do, as long as you're being true to yourself and you're not an energy vampire or a parasite. You are to be self-reliant and whole. So it's left, right brain balanced, head, heart, Hera, and masculine and feminine. And we're looking at the divine feminine now, okay? So it's very supportive, very nurturing. And what is our purpose and what can we give back to society, to health, okay? Anyway, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and this gives you something to kind of contemplate and work with as to the day that Mars goes direct. Much love, many blessings.